gets paid to do this. This is all extra above and beyond their job. People in Chandler on the local community station, I think it's called Cox 99, can be watching this in their homes. Over the internet, it's going out, so it's really quite a production. Last year we had email from people from Scotland, and somebody in the Netherlands took a lot of the video we were using and put together like about a 5-minute video that went out on the internet, YouTube sort of thing for a while. We're getting a number of people in Asia that watch the webcast. So
what's up, people there in Colombia right now?
People in Colombia. I can't imagine a lot of them watch it for 8 hours, but they're turned in. And there goes the Si Se Puede people. They've taken their ROV out of the water, right, and we should have their score in a while.
Are we good, Frank?
Right.
Oh, you caught me looking at my notes. They caught me looking.
So tenemos, sorry. We have people here that are champions.
We have some local celebrities here.
This is a team that beat MIT. What's your name, sir?
Lorenzo Santillan.
And your friend?
Luis Aranda.
And in 2004, what did you guys do?
We beat MIT. Rock on!
So, remember, you guys can do this too. Study hard, do your math, and before you go to bed, do your math. Before you date.
Yeah, I know locally people know the story because it was the La Vida robot story, and if anyone's listening wants to know about it, just go to the Wired magazine, type in La Vida robot, and you can read the story. It turned out there was only 4 kids on the team that went to compete. We originally had 6. It was in the summer, and we just made a quick underwater robot. You know, we'd done terrestrial first robots. This is our first underwater competition, and we wound up beating everybody, which is including MIT, and took first place. The following year we came in 3rd place. The year after that was 2nd place, and we were competing in the university division. What's ironic is even though we didn't take first the other 2 years, we still beat MIT those 3 years. After that, we weren't able to go the 4th year, and that's when we started forming a group along with Chandler High School and others to bring underwater robots here to Arizona. We just couldn't be traveling all over the country every year.
I think actually the biggest challenge is that was the year that Mate went to Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
No, somos americanos, man. Necesito para trabajar aquí, right? So they went to Canada. That's messed up, man. I mean, you got to stay here. And so anyway, work hard, do your math. That's all.
Well, the cultural thing was the kids were perceived as underdogs, 1 being Hispanic, 2 being from Arizona, not living around the ocean, and they they surprised them. They surprised us a little bit. I think they surprised themselves a little bit. But the fact that they had already were used to doing presentations and making technical reports and talking to other teams and, you know, hustling money and doing whatever you got to do to get it done. And it paid off. It paid off. They were able to beat the more sophisticated teams who, ironically, had ROVs that flooded.
Yes, they did.
So that was it.
It's because they didn't use tampons.
Yeah, that was the big joke. The kids did have a leak, and it was a small leak, but it could have wiped out the cameras. So we won't say who, but one of the teenage boys said, you know, taking in the water isn't the worst part. The worst part is it'll slosh around and get in the electronics. If somehow we could just keep it there, I think we can stay in the water for a half hour. And the solution was to get tampons to absorb the water that were in the case. And of course, 4 teenage boys, you know, who's going to go buy them? And and so they did a, you know, like a 1, 2, 3 thing, and Lorenzo lost.
Unfortunately.
And he had to go in the store all by himself. What was funny is the other 3 guys, we were in a van, and I said, okay, Lorenzo, you lost. You got to go. Go on and buy your stuff. Well, the other 3 boys go, oh, we want to go watch. No, you lost. You sit here in the van. And it wasn't that big of a deal. And they came back, and the tampons work because they will absorb moisture. They put them all throughout the case. And it was just like a little tiny leak, but it was enough to ruin the electronics. And they made it through the half hour. They didn't do all the tasks. We got some of the tasks done. I think,
We did the
like these
more-
robotics, we did.
The valuable ones.
We were the third one, but they took first place in the technical document. They took, well, they were high scored in presentation and stuff.
Of
So,
course, man. I know how to
and
plan.
that's another of the real values of these kind of competitions. We think of engineering as working with your hands and getting the stuff done, kind of working by yourself in a cubicle, and it's far from that. You got to work with people. You got to express yourself. You got to convince people about your ideas. You got to sell your product. You got to make presentations. You got to write it all up, and you have to graduate from college, and you did.
Yeah, so I want to thank Lajvardi and Cameron for helping us out with that, because they not only taught us how to beat MIT and all that, but they taught us how to learn, or how to think, how to think on our feet. So yeah, that helped us out a lot, because now in where I'm doing is in culinary arts and stuff, and basically what we got to do is we got to improvise everything usually, and we got to be prepared for anything. So we get prepared for anything, just like robotics. We got to have our presentation. We have to have, our menu. We have to show everything, and we have to be able to describe our food. That way, the people are interested in what they're gonna eat. That way, we sell our product too. We want all the food to run out, so we're not taking anything home or throwing it away. So, thank you.
So there you go. You can do engineering tasks and then turn out to be culinary arts. Lorenzo also plays classical piano, and it's like whatever your stereotypes of engineers are, it takes everyone. Well, the team that's up in the queue is Robotics Advanced Systems. It's a college and university from our local university, Arizona State University in Tempe, Arizona. And they should be coming up shortly, either that or everyone's taking a break. I know we're getting a little bit ahead of schedule, which is a good thing. By the way, one of the constraints that we were really, really worried about was we want to do the competitions in the dark, and sun sets at a certain time, sun comes up at a certain time. You can figure out how many hours of darkness we have. And if each team is going to get 35, 40 minutes, how many teams can you handle in the darkness? And originally, we potentially could have had 22 teams, which would have been quite a bit. So this actually worked out very well. I know the judges and the divers, they kind of look forward that it doesn't go past 4 o'clock, but at one time it looked like it might be going past 4 o'clock and maybe a little bit into the light of the morning. But because we haven't had the technical difficulties where things get delayed an hour and things are rolling along.
We never know.
You're
It's not over yet, so we could be here till 6 or 7 in the morning. But I have to leave at 7 to catch a plane flight, so I have to leave actually by 5 a.m. If we're not done, I'm out of here. Sorry, buddy.
Oh.
Okay.
Read your contract. You're not allowed to leave.
They're going to give me a 50% reduction in my pay if I leave early, so I'm willing to take that pay cut.
Well, we'll let you go. We'll let you go. Matter of fact, we'll all be leaving.
Actually, I heard they're going to double your pay this year.
Hey, that'd be great.
Yours.
Wait a minute.
They're cutting mine in half. They're going to double yours.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
That's right. 2 times 0 is still 0.
Well, if it's money pay.